So kaya, ang always sinasabi ko, this Article 1 is done. It's dead. Wala na po yan siya. I think we have to stop it. Kung pwedeng hindi na kayo mag-present kasi useless po. Talagang, if you'll notice the body language of even those senators who are nang allied no, sa admin, Escudero, even Tulfo, Lacson, says otherwise. So, wala na po. Done na po itong Article 1.
Maraming mga pinagtalunan, maraming mga emosyon tayong mga nakita, palitan ng mga diskurso, pero sapat na ba yun para sabihing may ninakaw si VP Sara Duterte sa kung pagbabatayan itong nakalipas na mga impeachment trial days po, attorney, na impeachable offense?
Ay, hindi po. Wala talagang napatunayan ang prosecution. Na yung kung dun sa basic question mo, na yung pagnakaw o paggamit ng pera for personal interest, so there's none. In fact, ang evidence nila very weak to establish those facts. No? Ang nangyari kasi, it's more nga, na-emphasize is compliance audit. No? It's more on the reportorial at saka yung mga documents requirements na hinihingi. No? And it appears that napakita pa talaga doon na pinabilisan ang pag-issue ng notice of disallowance for whatever reason, we do not know, no? Na hindi na dumaan sa notice of suspension. So, ibig sabihin po, with more reason na yung pag-prove, no? Na sabi nilang mayroon ng prima facie proof or evidence that there is misuse, no? Of public funds na hindi pa po na-establish. Especially for, fact, yung ating observation, Admar, that hindi pa nga final itong notice of disallowances na issue.
Napag-usapan yung observation. I-audit nga natin yung pag-audit ng COA, attorney, batay sa narinig mo. Ano ba ang mga nakikita mong parang questionable? Ano ba ang parang mga nakikita mo na parang may mali, attorney?
Well, number one is that it started with AOM, no? Yung sa audit observation memorandum, when the OBP complied, ang nangyari is that, I'm talking now to the 2023, kasi yung 2022, na-issuean kasi ng notice of suspension tas disallowance, pending pa motion for recon. Kaya lang, ang i-audit natin itong sa 2023, what happened was that yun pong narinig no, ni Del Campo during the time nandoon siya sa hearing ng Committee of Good Government sa lower house, yun po ang kanyang ginawang basis, no, to issue immediately notice of disallowance kasi irregular na daw. So hindi na kailangan dumaan ng notice of suspension. But the problem is that in the notice of disallowance, ang basis nila was that testimony allegedly of Gina Acosta na binigay doon kay La Chica. But the problem is that were you able to give the chance to the OBP to answer that allegation that you got your information from the testimony of Gina Acosta? Did you confront La Chica? Did you confront Gina Acosta? Pinatawag mo ba? So wala na establish yun. All of these were observed, no, by presiding officer Chief Escudero. And naklaro po talaga doon na wala nabigyan ng complete or fuller opportunity ang OBP na makapag-respond.
Opo. Doon sa sariling interpretasyon nila, na question din ito ng presiding judge.
Yes.
Like kagaya po doon sa narinig daw nila, hindi naman walang papers, walang documents dahil narinig nila sa pagdinig sa camera, nag-skip sila ng notice of suspension.
Yes.
So, pwede na pala yun na, sige, kayo na lang mag-imbestiga dyan, makikinig na lang kami sa inyo, doon na lang kami mag-a-assess. Pwede palang ganon yung mag-audit?
Hindi pwede. That is exactly the point of Attorney Ferrer when he's saying na ano ba ang nag-audit? Ang House of Representatives or kayo? Kasi sinunod nyo na lang yung findings ng House of Representatives sa Committee on Good Government. No? So, what's the problem there? The problem is that you did not conduct your own verifiable information. And in fact, what's sad there is that pwede sanang kung narinig nila, meron na silang lead or basis to conduct further investigation by requiring Del Campo pati to si La Chica to answer sana, no? ano yung sinabi niyo doon? Can you explain us, no? So that we could know whether it is regular ang ginawa ninyo. Para maintindihan nila kung ano ba yung ginawa ng disbursing officer. Ang disbursing officer ba, pinasa niya yung trabaho niya doon kay La Chica? Or si La Chica ang inutusan niya magsabit doon sa mga recipients. So, marami pong matters na dapat napatunayan. And in fact, ang sa kanya pong ginamit, narinig lang. Sabi naman ni Chis Escudero, bakit hindi mo tiningnan ang TSN? Kasi ang transcript of stenographic notes, parang hindi klaro na ibinigay lahat kay La Chica. So, ibig sabihin, meron ng doubt based doon sa nakasulat sa TSN na record, at the same time, yung kanyang narinig, doon na siya gumawa po ng professional judgment. That's the problem. That's very, very dangerous, no? Especially the fact that ang ginawa lang po niya is paper audit.
Opo, tsaka yung hindi pa tapos yung proseso talaga ng audit kasi pwede pa palang mag-apila at aminado siya na yung notice of disallowance, meron pang ang notice of final disallowance ba yun? Or final decision. Yung sa
Yes.
notice of disallowance, hanggang sa kasalukuyan, saklaw pa hanggang sa
Yes.
ngayon. So, kung susundin natin yung lohika na yun, attorney, so, madami tayong pwedeng makasuhan or ma-impeach na.
Well, aside from the fact na yung kung ganun ang susundin is that marami nga, no? It would be a problematic situation. But let's go back, no? Ang nangyari is that nung narinig niya yan, ang statement na yon, she heard it around 2024. Okay? Yung hearing na yon. And then, after 16 months lang niya po, inisyo ang notice of disallowance. Anong ginawa po niya doon sa period of 16 months? Why did she not ask the OBP to submit or explanation on these matters? Ano po ang ginamit niya doon? Anong ginawa niya ng 16 months? So, ibig sabihin po, meron pong period na lumipas, nakakapagtataka, nakakabahala, very suspect. And nung inisyu niya in March 2026, yung notice of disallowance, nag-start na po ang COJ hearing noon. So, kailangan po nila ng notice of disallowance in order that maisampa ang impeachment complaint on this Article 1. Without which kasi, there is no basis. But, nevertheless, kahit na naisampa na po ang impeachment complaint on the basis of the notice of disallowances, take note that this is not yet final. Kaya nga, first is that meron pong remedy on appeal sa commission proper. Kasi ang ICPAW po is under the commission proper para mag-en-bank din yan sila, which I think on the 2023 na mga notice of disallowances na cover pa po sa period within which pwede po pong mag-appeal ang OBP. And I think what the OBP is doing is that inuubos nila yung time, yung period, hanggang sa dulo. Para naman, di ba? Then, because they know of fact, may precedence na i-deny yan. That is what happened. And the denial even of the 2022 na audit is that ginawa po dyan sa time of the hearing din sa COJ, which meron na po silang motion for reconsideration. Ibig sabihin po, hindi pa po pinal. And even if din po ma-deny ang motion for reconsideration, pwede pa rin po judicial review under sa Supreme Court via certiorari and prohibition with application for a temporary restraining order. Ibig sabihin, hindi po pwedeng gamitin na basihan ang notice of disallowances na hindi pa pinal. So kaya, ang always sinasabi ko, this Article 1 is done. It's dead. Wala na po yan siya. I think we have to stop it. Kung pwedeng hindi na kayo mag-present kasi useless po. Talagang, if you'll notice the body language of even those senators who are allied sa admin, Escudero, even Tulfo, Lacson, says otherwise. So, wala na po. Done na po itong Article 1.